Welcome back, crew, to Don't Do It Tuesdays, where we focus on things you probably shouldn't do on a boat. And today we're going to talk about the golden rule of not approaching anything any faster than you're willing to hit it. Welcome back, guys, to the Drain Plug Mafia Channel. Now, these guys actually kind of followed a rule that I typically would tell people to do. But you do have to be careful when you're doing this. A lot of times when you're approaching a dock, letting wind and current help assist you into the dock is not a terrible idea. But in this situation right here, as we saw as our guys approached the dock and wound up hitting it a little harder than they wanted to, it's because they were allowing the wind and current to do so. But when you do allow this to happen, you don't actually have the control over which the speed of your vessel approaches the dock, which can be a terrible thing sometimes, because obviously the golden rule, as we mentioned already, is never approach anything any faster than you're willing to hit it. And as can be seen in this situation, these guys smacked the dock pretty good. Now, of course, the most common place this is thought of is around the docks, where people are telling you not to approach anything any faster than you're willing to hit it. But the reality is, this really can happen anywhere out on the water. The dock is just the primary location, but the reality is you got to be aware of your situations at all times, because you never know when things can go wrong and all of a sudden things will turn on a dime and you'll wind up hitting something you didn't expect you were going to hit. And typically there's not too many ramifications into coming in too slowly. Well, sometimes there is, but for the most part, as long as you're verbal with your crew on what your approach is and how you plan to do it, you should be okay. Now, obviously, if there's obstacles in the water or docks around, you already know you don't want to approach those any faster than you're willing to hit them, but there are going to be some objects, obviously, when we're boating, we're not going to see that we may wind up approaching a little faster than we were willing to hit. So if you're on unfamiliar waterways, be sure to use extreme caution, especially if you don't have a GPS, any kind of depth finder, or really any lack of knowledge of those specific waterways. Make sure you know the rules for those waterways so you can identify markers and things like that that may keep you out of a little bit of trouble. Other than that, if you don't understand those things, you're definitely going to find yourself in some spots where you're going to hit something faster than you were willing to hit it and probably wind up in a little bit of trouble, kind of like our guy here. Thanks for watching this episode of Don't Do This Tuesdays. If you ever see anything crazy happening out on your waterways, be sure to hit us up on Facebook or Instagram and let us know, and you might see your stories over here, just like Bobby Spake, Daniel Winslow, Chris Levy, Nick Rocqueen, RJ Armstrong, and Adam Blue did this week, as well as the Miami Boat Ramps channel. And if you haven't already, go ahead and drop an anchor on the subscribe button here.